Hello.
Not a good morning for a change. Rather lying.
And we're back home.
Yeah, a little bit in. But we don't normally make a follow-up video after a holiday, but with this one, we've had some really nice comments on the videos we've done. So a few of them could probably just be clarified with some response so that you don't make the mistakes we did. And if you watch the last video of us coming home, that was a big mistake. That was in fact we nearly never got home.
And we're quite disappointed we did get home.
We were, when we sat on the plane, ironically, we sat there, looked at each other and said we were actually resigned to stay in another night. Even though it would have cost us a fortune to rebook flights and all that, we were sort of kind of like ready
Prepared
for it.
Yeah.
So in our mind, it was quite sad.
That it didn't happen.
Yeah, when we got on the plane. Damn you, everything running smoothly. So,
We're here. We're back home.
So we made a couple of notes on things that we just wanted to touch on. So hopefully that you get an even better holiday than we had, but I'm not even sure that's possible because we had an amazing holiday. She books everything, as you can imagine. I just turn up. You can't look at that gist, don't you, really?
And the majority of the time I book everything separate. So on this holiday, I even booked the outgoing flight about 6-8 weeks before I even booked the hotel or the flight coming home. So
yeah, we never book a package, do you? So we book it all in one go, like a travel agent or anything like that. It's always individual.
Usually a travel agent is more expensive, and a package it can be more expensive as well. And booking it all separate, you can choose more when you want to go, not when that company tells you to go.
You don't get to choose anything.
No.
But what do we want to look at? Well, the first thing that shocked us is we didn't take many euros with us, to be fair. We thought we're just paying card everywhere. So that one was a bit, every we got there, it's like, oh no, we don't take cards. No, cash only. So we're like, oh, crikey.
We only took about 150 euros with us, so...
Yeah, so...
We spent a good chunk on taxi, and where we could, we paid by card. But we noticed that with paying by card, you have to go up to the bar to pay by card.
Yeah, they don't have contactless like payment machines that come out in a lot of places.
Because of the wireless.
Well, that's okay. It's
wireless.
Be,
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah. They're wireless. But just be prepared. That's all we will say. Be prepared for that. Somebody did put in one of the comments to be careful of the exchange rate as well if you're using the ATMs. We hadn't thought of that, if I'm honest. Hadn't thought of it. So it is one to be aware of.
And sometimes it's your card, is it, or that can charge you as well.
Exchange rates, yeah.
But if you take money out abroad, your card can charge you.
Yeah. As
well as the exchange rate.
So we were ready for the card stuff. So when we got there, obviously we chose to catch a taxi from the airport to SIDARI, which is quite a distance, and it wasn't cheap. 75 euros. Cash, funnily enough. We could have got transfers from the airport, so it would have been 25 euros less. But for 25 euros extra, the taxi took us direct to our apartments, not going and stopping at all different hotels. So we just chose to do that. But that was our choice, but you can get transfers. You can get Ubers apparently, although...
Yeah, we looked at Ubers, and Uber was more expensive than a local taxi.
About 88 euros, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's why we went for the...
taxi.
Yeah.
And there's loads outside the terminal building, you'll get them no problem.
But as well, with a local taxi, it does depend how many people you want in a taxi. I think it went up if there's 4 or more people on in the taxi.
And the prices are signposted. A big sign outside tells you the price of everything.
But then if you divide that by everyone, it's going to be cheaper anyway, isn't it? So
just the two of us.
Yeah.
Now, places we stopped in SIDARI and we hadn't got a clue really. We hadn't looked. We had a quick look on YouTube, but there was quite a few videos that were quite old actually. So we haven't got any modern ones. There are now. There's some lovely ones on there now. Just saying. But we found quite a lot of places to eat. Quite a lot of local, authentic places where we stayed in like the Canal area. As you get onto the strip, they do become a bit more commercialised, for want of a better word, a bit more touristy, but not all of them. We found a little place on our first night called Maria's. It was like a bar on the beach. They looked after us. It was lovely. You can pay in card there. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, and €2.50 a pint.
Not in there.
Was it not?
No, it's Babylon.
Oh, I thought it was in there.
But we'll come back to beer.
Yeah.
I've got beer that written down here for anyone. Cheers.
And it's beer he's got in his mug. Don't be fooled.
Yeah, so we stopped in the Canal area at a place called the Tullers Apartments. Cheap and cheerful, yes. Dated, maybe. Clean, tidy, perfect for what we needed. Absolutely spot on. Could not fault it. Wouldn't even try to for what we paid. Some of the reviews on the Tullers Apartments on TripAdvisor were disgraceful. What people want for like silly small amounts of money is, well, they should be booking 5-star hotels if that's what they want, but they won't pay for it. The Tullers Apartments was fab.
Yeah, and we didn't have a pool at our apartment, but then you could use, and they are very open about using other hotels pools. They might just ask you to buy some food or drink, or otherwise there's some beds, isn't there, on the beach?
Yeah, so some beds. We stopped, so Maria's, for example, in SIDARI, you pay €20 deposit for your 2 sunbeds, and then your deposit comes back to you when you have a meal there that evening. So they'll deduct €20 off your bill, which is great because you're actually not paying for the sunbed in effect, really. They're just sort of kind of keeping you in for a meal, which is why not. And then other places, there were various different ones. One place we went to was next door to Maria's, actually. I can't remember what it was called. And they wanted €5 for 2 sunbeds. That was it. There was no conditions with that one. You could use the toilets, the shower that they had there. They had the bar, they brought drinks out to you, so you could buy drinks there.
Yeah. Another hotel, the Greek Village, that was €5. Again, they had, you could buy like food and drink.
Yeah, some of them had
a
policy on there that some beds were free, but you had to spend €25 during the day. Which, if you're buying have lunch or drinks, something like that, that's not a problem, is it?
You're easily going to get to that, aren't you?
Which is a really good idea, because a lot of places when you go abroad, especially Spain, for example, you just have to pay like sort of through the nose for your sunbeds every day. So I think it's a much better way of doing it. We did have a wander down to the Strip, obviously. You've seen those videos as well. Beautiful place. It's not a very long strip. In the daytime, it was deserted. In the evening, it was busier. But it wasn't crazy busy, was it? It didn't feel uncomfortable.
No, but I think it's because we didn't go at the height of the season, so you weren't like sardines. You weren't bumping into people all the time.
Although you could get sardines in a lot of the restaurants.
Yeah. We didn't have any though, did we?
No. And there were a couple of bars that have really loud music and all that. And if that's for you, that's great. If not, walk by. There's going to be another bar that is for you. There was plenty for us. We loved it. Babylon, for example, €2.50 a pint. That's the one she pulled out. It was just cheap beer, nothing fancy. But do you know what? It's €2.50 a pint. You know, €2.50 a pint, not even £2.
Or there was like cocktails, pina colada. I can't remember what other ones there was because I only had pina colada or beer. Or there was house wine, I think, as well.
Yeah, and the service in there was really good. We saw one waitress in there, same person every night we went in, and she was lovely. In fact, the service everywhere was really good.
The Greek people are so friendly, aren't they?
Yeah, it was. Which then takes us on to some restaurants we went to. We went into one place called the Sea Breeze. That is on the Strip, just past Babylon, past the Greek Village, not far up. The guy sort of took us in, showed us all the fish and the meat, you know, the usual stuff. But the atmosphere was so good in there. They had a bouzouki player, so we went in. They had a bouzouki player. Again, you've seen the video. But it felt alive, and the prices were really good for what we had. It was just a brilliant night. That was a brilliant night, that was. I loved that night. I highly recommend Sea Breeze.
And the food is really good as well.
It was amazing, yeah.
I had lamb Slovaki.
Yes.
And you had...
Oh, and it was wild tender as well.
Yeah,
I had the chicken one. I wish I had the lamb now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I ate some of hers. Just next door, the Greek Village. So we went there for lunch one day. Had Greek salad.
Yeah, Greek salad. That's where you had that chicken salad. And we shared a starter of feta cheese wrapped in pastry.
Saganaki, I think it was called.
And then covered in honey and sesame seeds, and that was really nice.
I don't share food. I'm an only child. She made me share something. I am not impressed.
He's married.
Not
he has to share.
For it yet.
And then...
Greek
village,
night.
yeah.
Yeah, we went back, didn't we, for Greek night at the Greek village. We
So-
booked, and it was packed. There wasn't an empty table. Greek night video. Watch that. I had to change the music on a couple of them because of the copyright rules. But oh boy, that was a brilliant night. We got to smash some plates. I've done it since we've been home, and apparently that was the wrong thing to do. Turns out. She hasn't noticed us missing yet.
And then I can't remember what did I have to eat in Greek village.
Oh, you had the gyros plate, and I had the gyros and Slovakia plate.
Oh yeah.
With all the fresh tzatziki. I forget that tzatziki you buy in the UK nonsense from your supermarket. It's a load of rubbish. I'm telling you what, they say, oh. But, you know, you can see that I say foodies, but we're just like food. Then we went to just near from the Tuli's apartments, there's a little gyros. Almost like a McDonald's type.
Fast foodie place.
Yeah.
Not a restaurant, but it's a bit more than a cafe.
Yeah, it's in one of the videos. €4 for like a gyros, which is like wrapped. It's got a wrap.
It's like a
pita wrap.
pita wrap, yeah, soft pita wrap.
With chips and chicken gyros and tzatziki in it.
And salad.
€4. That's a bargain. We might have gone into there. Well, you know we did. You saw it. And as we wandered down, there was a bar on the corner called the Escape Bar. And we sat down like you do, you know, because you take your seat and they come out and serve you. We sat there for ages and nobody came out. We thought, service isn't great in here, is it? Turns out there's a big sign up that we didn't see. It says bar service only, like just a British pub. You go into the bar and get served. So when we realised that, we went in and they were really nice in there. And that's where one of us discovered Greek cider.
And that was really nice.
Oh, was it you, was it?
So, highly recommend.
However, the local beer is called Mythos, but there's a brewery on Corfu itself called the Corfu Brewery, and they serve Corfu beer. They do like an IPA, a lager, a pilsner, but they also do what they call a red beer, which is like a bitter. That was blooming good. And they do like they call it a stout or a dark beer, but it's more like a mild, and I think you've seen that in one of the videos as well. Absolutely loved that one. I wish I could have brought that home with me. The Corfu beer was just amazing.
I wish I could have brought the cider home with me.
I'd go back just for the Corfu beer.
And the cider.
Yeah.
And the gyros.
Now, there was a restaurant right opposite the Tuli's apartments that we went into our last night where we had a mixed grill for two, it said on the menu. You've seen that one.
And it was massive.
You also saw the amount of food we wasted. Felt really bad when they came over to collect the plates, but we did explain.
We don't waste food. We don't like wasting food. We always eat what's on our plate, but we literally physically could not eat anymore. And the food, the meat was even cooked on the spit outside, which smelled amazing. It tasted amazing.
Yeah, smelled that. There was two Geordie fellas on the table next to us we got chatting to, and they couldn't eat everything they'd ordered either. And one had had a pizza, I think, and one a burger.
Yeah.
And there was just so much food. So if you like big portions, that's the place to, and it was good quality food. Get yourselves there. Nothing to complain about at all.
But the mixed grill for two, which we had, could easily fill mixed grill for four.
Oh yeah.
Because you have pita and chips and a little bit of salad and loads of meat.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So yeah, just bear that in mind.
We booked a day trip to go to Corfu town one day.
Yep.
There was loads of places, loads of trips we could have gone on. We went to the one by the Three Little Pigs.
On the corner.
And the girl in there, or woman in there, called Danica, she was so helpful. So we booked the trip to go to Corfu town.
Yeah.
Which on that you'll see on that video. We were blown away with that. That was unbelievable. I loved that. That place was incredible.
Yeah, it was a typical Greek little shops,
old town,
cobbled streets, how you would imagine it to be, and
that
it was
busy.
amazing. Yeah,
that was busy.
It was a great experience.
Busy.
Right next to the port as well, so anyone coming off the cruise ships for the day, just docking in Corfu town.
Yeah, I don't think we covered all of it. We were there for about 4 hours, but boy, we had a good time. That was really nice.
And it was hot.
That's where you bought me that donut.
Oh yeah, I bought him that donut.
Remember that donut? €2 that was, and just to give you an idea, is that
like the palm of my hand.
In the airport on the way home, that same donut was €4.
And it was like so nice and soft and fluffy.
So that was Vlaseros Travel. So they've got offices or little shops. You can hire cars and that all around the SIDARI area. In the Canal area, there's 2 or 3 itself.
Yeah.
Coach picked us up spot on time.
And there was aircon in the bus coach.
It was amazing. So we if we're there longer, we probably would have done more excursions. But that takes us on to the fact that there are so many places we didn't go when we were there, like Magali Beach. At the other end of the strip from where we were staying, there was other places we could have gone and explored. But we had quite a chilled holiday, really. We could have done more. We chose not to because we just wanted to chill a little bit. We don't normally chill when we go away, and I think we both needed it. So, as you saw in the last video, I got made redundant from work. So, it's been a stressful couple of months. Don't worry. She's got me working again now. So holidays will continue. But, so it's just been a bit stressful a couple of months, really. So, it's nice to have a bit of a relaxing time. But we just thought we'd let you know. Because it's easy to make some silly mistakes. I suppose our final one, which was in our last video yesterday, or tonight, or tomorrow, I don't know when you've seen it. Whenever you've watched it, we really thought we'd just turn up and get a taxi.
Especially as the taxi rank was on the main strip and there was people coming and going, taxis coming and going all day long, but apparently not. Yeah,
so just opposite the bar Babylon, there's a plastic or archway thing, which is like a taxi rank. You just phone the number and the taxi turns up. We sat there having our 250 beer a couple of evenings and we just watched the taxi just turn up, leave. Yeah, it's just so efficient. But in the early part of the day, it doesn't happen.
No, because they're all down by the airport picking up everyone who's just landed.
So again, Danica at Vlaseros Travel got us right out of a hole and found a taxi company that work on Facebook. So online, you can contact them online through Facebook. The lady that ran that little taxi place, she came to our rescue and got this. So the taxi journey on the way there was
a quick one.
It was. The driver knew we were like well behind schedule. Fair play, they got us there. He deserved a little tip, I think, for when we got there.
And if you've been to SIDARI before, you know how many hairpins there are on that road and how steep the roads are. When you look down, it is literally down.
So shout out to Nico, who got us there on time, which meant we didn't get an extra day to our holiday. So we shouldn't be shouting him out, really. Damn him. But no, we had a great time. So if you're going, there's your little pitfalls and things that you say. There's much more to do than we actually did.
Just one thing about the taxi though, if you don't book any transfers, you need to pre-book a taxi, like at least a day before.
Yeah.
Just to give them notice.
Yeah.
So you can get a taxi back to the airport, but you just need to pre-book it and give them notice.
Yeah. We learned that bit. Oh God, we learned it the hard way. Anyway, that's it from us. That's the end of our SIDARI week. We're not going on holiday now until the end of August. We don't know where we're going yet. We haven't got anything booked, but we'll find something. We might have a few day trips out here and there that we will record. But other than that, thanks for watching all our CORFU videos. We really appreciate it. We're new to all this. We're really amateur at all this stuff. The editing is like we're all new. The filming, everything. We are proper amateurs, but we've been overwhelmed by the support people have given us on these videos.
And the lovely comments as well.
Yeah, amazing, all of you. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we want it to grow. If we could make some more videos and actually paid us to do this at some point, I could retire.
So don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And ring the little bell.
And comment. But be nice. It's nice to be nice.
So bye for now.
Yeah, until next time. See you later.
We know no one's watching.
But if you are, please don't keep it to yourself.